Surfing Vuzuvaya. This is another beautiful morning. Why? Because here. Why? Because this is life. Why is it a beautiful morning? It is another beautiful fucking morning. I'm breathing. I love breathing. Don't take that shit for granted. Fuck cigarettes. Woo hoo 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 hoo. Had a little potluck on my patio. Last night it was awesome. It was so beautiful. Hung Choi Fat Chow. Happy New Year. Enjoying this 2-week transition into the Wood Yang Dragon Year. Be touching base on that a lot because that is fucking fantastic energy. And I'm a water yang rat. So rats are always yang. There's one animal that's always yin, and rats are the ones that are always yang. Anywho, life is beautiful. I'm really thankful to be alive. I'm going to the dentist on a Monday. Going to the dentist, gonna get my teeth fixed. And I am, it's really interesting. So, like, you think of all the animals, right? All the animals that feed their babies with their puke. They pre-digest the food. Even it's still really common for, mums and grandparents and parents, dads and family, assorted people raising babies, to chew the food and then put it in their mouths, because they're actually passing not just the masticated food itself, but the digestive enzymes and the life force, right? The biodome, that is all the little guys. We talked about them before. Thousands, more than 17,000 of them. Population of cells of their population is equal to the population of human cells, or maybe even surpasses. We go back and forth on these analyses. I'm sure it's situational and personal and genetic and environmental and, anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of factors. But, so, puking it up. Oh, okay, I hope you're not eating breakfast, lunch, whatever. It's like there is the pre-digested life, like, oh, dogs, I love them so much, and they're so gross. They love puke. They're like, oh, this is the best pre-digested food, and it smells like my friend. Anyway. But so pre-digested food, and then also, so today my body is doing really, really well. We had a little fiesta yesterday, lots of beautiful food. Also, I went right from fasting to like half a day or a day of smoothies and juice into like fucking hot, spicy Mexican food, and my just is like, oh my god, what are you thinking? I'm thinking that freaking sweet miso dip was much, much better with green chili. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, the pain though this morning. But then it was also really interesting because my body was very selective. It was like, I was feeling great, I was having some tea, but I'm also on all these medicines, right? These medicines that saved my life. Thank you, antibiotics. Thank you, antibiotics, and I've even been taking ibuprofen sometimes because tooth pain sucks. And I have great pain herbs. I don't have access to all of my pain herbs here in Mexico yet because I haven't been able to, I'm in still mid-transition. There's so much to learn. I use thousands and thousands and thousands of plants in my practice that I've used, knowing their forms and names in the European, Canadian, American descriptions and traditions and plants. And there's a lot of crossovers here, but they don't have the same Latin names. They don't have the same names. I thought they'd all have the same Latin basis, but we don't. So I'm still learning, right? Transitioning, learning the cousins and the different characters of the plants here. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. But I'm very, I'm thankful for the ibuprofen, thankful for the steroids, thankful for the antibiotics, thankful for the antihistamines, because I am alive and I'm breathing and I don't care. Because these are all tools, and these all came from nature. And yes, absolutely, these, the pharmaceutical medications are short-term because they do have a very different toxicity load on my body. And I do, but even, even some of the herbs that I use is herb I'm using right now, palo de vibora, which is complementary, does not compete with the antibiotics, and has powerful antiparasitic and antibiotic effect, including especially where things in the SARS family viruses that where they get in there in the digestive tract. I'm forgetting the name of the cells, but this is one of those plants that, because it's considered, it is a parasitic effect, right? That it roots in, and it's the same way that a lot of like worms or amoebas and stuff also root in. Very similar and same attachment sites. And so Palo de Vibora is amazing. I'm not going to be drinking it every day of my life. It'd be good, it's useful when it's needed, but it's not food that I drink every day of my life. It's still medicine. It's still powerful as fuck. And it's still very, very important to recognize that, and respect these life forces for the actuality that they are. So here I was, and I didn't even start on I haven't even taken my antibiotics or my steroid or anything yet today. But my tummy's, it's a little wobbly. The super, super, super spicy food coming off the fast. Whatever. I love Mexico. I love Mexican food, and it's hard to imagine food now without serious spicy. I got macho ajo yesterday, which is super. It's macho garlic. And I'm so excited. I'm a little scared. I'm gonna make it into like a cooking oil, because I hear it's incredibly potent. These little round things. They look like little like Italian onions, those little sweet tiny pearl onions and stuff. But it's not. It's garlic. Okay, where are we? So, so I was feeling this morning very happy, a little slow, cleaned up a little bit, hung out, made some tea, had some water, made some tea, and then started to take my medicines, and then threw up all sorts of stuff, including a bunch of the food that I had eaten last night, because my body was a little overwhelmed, and it was just clear, and it was fine. And then I felt much better. Had a nice hot bath, because I have hot water now. A nice hot bath, chill zone. It was beautiful. My life is beautiful. So I'm incredibly thankful. I'm really appreciative of all the support in this process. And absolutely still accepting and appreciating donations. We have now I've had the money for my drugs, and I have the money for the first payment for the dental surgery, and I'm very thankful for that, as well as I'm really thankful to my friend who's a friend of this dentist and who made the urgent arrangement for me, so that am able to get the surgery before I have all the money in hand, because this is life, and life is precious. And I am incredibly glad to be here, but I can't stay on these drugs forever. I can only take dexamethasone for 5 days.